Hi there, my name's Todd Mihan. Today we'll be checking out my 52 Reissue Telecaster, SUNN Model T head, and Amperian 112 VSOP speaker. This is the rig I used on this week's Morning Jam. That was episode 328. Stick around for a quick lesson at the end of the video. Let's dive in. Let's start with this guitar. This is a Fender 1952 Reissue Telecaster. I got this guitar, I think, in around 1999, new. So I've had it for, about 22 years now. I replaced the bridge along the way. This is a Joe Barden bridge. It's got a little cutout here, which is nice. The original one had a, the wall on the bridge came all the way to right here. This one here has a little cutout here for easy access, so that's nice. I took the finish off the back of the neck here with steel wool little by little. Took me maybe an hour or something. I like it a lot better. This lacquer is extremely sticky on a hot day like today. I think it's about 95 degrees out and humid today, so you can really feel the difference when I run my finger along the back of the neck and I hit the lacquer here. What else can I say about this guy? When I bought this guitar, it had I guess what's called vintage wiring. The neck pickup was extremely muddy, unusable really. I gave it to my guitar tech and he did some modifications. I believe it involves taking out a capacitor that was in there. I'm gonna take this apart for you guys, open it up and see if I can get to the bottom of what the change actually was. It's a usable sound now. Before it was like, had no high end to it whatsoever. If anybody knows more about this, please leave me a comment. Lots of fingerboard wear. That's from, over 20 years of playing. This is my #1 guitar, so I play it a ton. If you're familiar with my channel, you see this guitar a whole lot. For this week's video, the guitar is tuned down a half step and then tuned to drop D. So pretty low. The reason for that really is because I was going to use this guitar originally, which is tuned down a half step. With the Floyd Rose, it's really not possible to, tune back and forth to standard tuning. So I was going to use this, so therefore I had to make the whole track tune down a half step in order to use this guy. When I decided I was not going to use this, I then had to tune my Telecaster the same way. That's the reasoning for that. This has 10 gauge strings on it, 10 to 46. That's what I use on the Telecasters. It's got strap locks on it for when I play live so I don't lose the guitar. It's also missing the switch tip, which I've replaced many times and it just keeps falling off, so I finally just gave up. No biggie. One more thing about this guitar that I get asked, it has stock pickups in it. I have not changed the pickups in this. The only modification, once again, was to the capacitor from vintage wiring to modern wiring on the neck pickup. Let's take a look at the amp now. This is a SUNN Model T head. This is a Fender reissue version of the head. The original vintage version of this came out in the early 70s. SUNN as a company started in the mid-60s, I believe around 64 or 65, making bass amps. Eventually they made this guitar amp, and Fender bought them in 1985, I believe, and reissued these guys in the late 90s. I used this head for a long time, actually. I was in hard rock bands. It's pretty high gain. I have the gain on 7. And the volume on 4. EQ settings there. I'm in channel 2. The cabinet's in the other room here. This isolation booth, mic'd up with a ribbon mic. This is an AEA R84 ribbon mic. The cabinet is a green handle. Custom-made cabinet by a friend of mine named Walt Yon. See the green handle on there? And the speaker cabinet has an Amperian VSOP speaker. Great sounding speaker, 112. So I put this cabinet in here away from where I'm sitting and recording so it doesn't blow me away because it's turned up pretty loud. I have a lot of acoustic treatment in here. This is a big bass trap filled with insulation, and that helps with the sound. Some more about this head actually. This has 2 settings on it. Club setting and arena setting. So the arena setting is 100 watts. The club setting is 25 watts, I believe. This head uses 4 6L6s and 6 12AX7s. It's a monster. Sounds great. So the opening lick to the morning jam goes like this. So this is a hybrid picking lick here. I'm playing the notes on the 6th string with my pick, and then also using my middle finger for the notes, some of the notes on the 5th string and 4th string. Once again, my guitar is tuned down a half step, and then the 6th string is tuned down to D flat. Really like drop D, but the whole guitar is tuned down half step. So D flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, E flat. Okay. I'm starting with the open 6th string, a downstroke of the pick, and then my middle finger on the right hand on the 5th string, 3rd fret, playing that. So then I'm returning to the open 6th string with the pick, and then playing the 5th fret of the 5th string with my middle finger. Then I return to the open 6th string, and then the middle finger plucks the 4th string, 3rd fret, hammer onto the 4th fret, and then play the 5th fret of the 5th string of the pick. So all together. Then I'm going to repeat the first part again, and then, this bending thing is a pre-bend on a C5 chord. I have C and G here, 5th fret of the 4th string and 5th fret of the 3rd string, and I'm gonna start with a bend up before I pluck it with my middle finger and ring finger, and I'm gonna do it twice. So but you can check it out right here if you want. It's Morning Jam 328. Once again, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, give me a like on the video, and click the little bell icon there so you'll be notified when I put new videos out. I do that every Thursday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time in my Morning Jam series. I've been doing this for over 6 years now. A subscribe and like would be greatly appreciated. All right, thanks.